Morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda, and she's doing the panda thing, keeping me safe from wild rabbit squirrels. We're with the Timepiece Garden, and yeah, I've got a lot of elderberries to harvest this morning. It's one of the first things I'm doing because we might have a couple of days of rain. Come in here now, the ones that are, this green. They get to stay out here and they won't have any problems hanging out for a couple of days, but I have several that they're just ready. Just ready, hanging heavy, full of fruit, bring them into the house. And if we are truly gonna have a couple of days of rain, it's the best time to can up and make syrup. It's gonna be a little rainy, it's bringing a little chill, keep the house warm with some cooking, some canning. Life is awesome. All right. Having said that, I got a little watering to do. I don't think I have anything to harvest down here yet. Do what I do. Like, I didn't water this bed last night, and I didn't water inside the hoop tunnel, and I want to make sure the hoop tunnel gets watered this morning, because should it rain tonight, everybody else gets watered, but the hoop tunnel will still be dry, because it doesn't get how do I say that? It doesn't get rainwater in it. It doesn't rain inside the tunnel. So it's all good. All right. Switched over the water. I'm gonna go harvest elderberries. And then I'll come back and check on everything else. Do what I do. Just always gotta come in and make sure the hose is starting to sweat, that I turn the right one on, So strawberry spinaches are still trying to produce some berries. So probably harvest some of them too. And some of them I'm just gonna let them sit here and go to seed. That corner there, this winter is where I actually want to put two of the water thingies. If you were here last winter, I'd lined them up here along the aisle here. Zoom out so you can see it. I'd line them up here along the aisle, and I had to reach over my water barrels to anything that I planted. I kept the water in here because water stays warmer than air temperature, so it helped the hoop tunnel stay a little warmer, not a lot, but a little. But it also allowed me to just, scoop water out of them and water in here when I needed to water. But I had them lined up here on this side of the row. I had to reach over them or in between them to garden. I don't do that this year. I'm going to put 2 on that side, probably 1 here at the door and 2 on that side. And then I have some silver reflective insulation stuff. I'm actually going to lay it on this side because this is the north wall. And I figure I can hook a little bit to it so when the sun comes in, it'll hit the reflective and continue to warm the water up. Very warm, as needed. Anyway, just thought processes. So, anyway, let me go out harvesting. And, yeah, I'll talk to you in a little while. All right. So, if you've seen any of my videos, I have a little solar light here, which is awesome. I got to come back here at night sometimes or in the darkness. It is motion sensor activated, and it is the solar sun that allows it to light up. I have 2 of them. I have another one up there, but it doesn't read motion. It's too high. And I've been meaning to, and just had 50,000 other things to do, move it since I have the other shed back here. And, bring it down at a lower angle so it will kind of light up between both sheds. Some of that is for me, when I got to come back here and it's dark. Some of that is because of Panda. If she takes off running and barking and snarling, it happens. She comes back here, the light lights up, and when it's just her lighting the light up, I'm assuming she's hearing cows. If something else lights the light up, then I know what she's chasing. I'd like both lights to activate. you know, not just the one. So that's the goal. I say it's 10:15. Done harvesting all the elderberries and doing what I needed to do in garden 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that light. So talk to you in a few. Alrighty. So deck light. That one is no longer up the hill there. It's now over here. Now it's sitting in the shade right now. Again, the shed here casts shadow, so it's not charged. So we'll see. And then from there I had an extra, supposed to be like for steps. See if I can get my hand on it here. Well, maybe not. Anyway, I got to do it earlier. It did light up. It's getting enough shade, enough sun that it's starting to charge, and it did in fact light up, which was awesome. Just for the area here in between the 2 sheds where my gas cans are, give it a little light. It's also something I need to move. I had 2 of those, and I opted to put the other one in the workshop, sit on the wall, under the sun lamp. Yeah. It's my screen so I don't get bugs like wasps following me in here. So it can charge. And then, you know, if I'm out here working at night and for whatever reason I'm a little late and it comes on by itself, well, then I know I'm done. But it gives me a little bit of light. Should I come out here? Should I need something? And, you know, I have some light. I like a little bit of light back here. It's an awesome thing. All right. Having said that, I am probably going to take this apart, that makes sense, and turn it, mostly because of the snake that was back here. And I know that sounds crazy. I don't need to be walking, I don't know how to say it, in snake territory in between the 2 buildings the way the rattlesnake was out here to squeeze back and get a gas can. Now when this shed wasn't here, it was really easy to get to, but now the shed is here and it's not easy to get to. Having said that, I don't want to move it because right here keeps it mostly out of the weather, and the way this building creates the shade to it, it's a good place to hold the gas that doesn't get excessively hot. You know, now I can't do anything when it's 100 degrees. But I want to turn it so I can go straight into it and straight out to it and maybe move it forward. Just the thought process, but I'm going to do that today too. Today's a whole bunch of little stuff depending upon the weather. I'm starting to get some clouds, nothing crazy. So it's just, you know, a little at a time. And that's my next little, is to just go ahead and move that. Long term, I need to actually build it or buy, you know, an actually storage rack for gas containers. It's not been number 1 on the list yet. So anyway, let me take a look at this. Oh, the other thing I did, before I do that, for light-wise, I had one of those. I love solar back here because I have no power back here. They had one of those little stringy thingies. There you go, one of those. And instead of letting the lights hang down, if that makes sense, I ran them across the poles. That will give me some light under the awning here. And I put its solar panel below this one just because I know that there's plenty of sunlight here. So, you know, just give me some light back here. All right, let me go on and get back to work. Talk to you in a few. So there it is. Miss Panda's leaning on me. She got her butt on my knee. It's like a hug. She's like, hey Mom, I'm right here. So she does that. Lets me know where she is. I'm right here, Mom. So anyway, whole thing used to be turned, leaned up against that wall. And you can tell it's because it's left to right, it's wide. It didn't leave me a lot of room. See, I probably saw it from the earlier video to get in and get to the gas cans. Long term, yes, I know I need to build a cabinet or buy a cabinet with doors that I can close, etc. You know, with the proper venting. Right now this works. This shed shades it. That makes sense. And by the time the sun even thinks about wrapping this corner, those trees are in the way, which is why I've always had the gas here. Having said that, you can tell where the gas is under where that piece is cut wrong. Does that make sense? So it doesn't get any rain or anything on it, but it'd be nice to actually build it correctly. It's just not my number one priority. It hasn't been yet. You know, it's got protection. It's out of the rain. It's out of the weather. And it's okay. You know, it's just now I can get to it without having to maneuver around everything in between the sheds. So it works. At least it works for me. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm getting ready to call it a day. The wind's starting to pick up. It is grayer. It's not rainy yet. That's the sun. It's grayer, you know? And the wind is starting to pick up. So I'm done just in time. It's time to go make some lunch. Get Panda a biscuit. I already put the tools away, take that stuff back to the house. You know, and with this little bit of rain over the next couple of days, I'll be able to see if this works or if, you know, this needs to be number one type thing. All right, going to the house. Talk to you later. So the destemming process begins. This is third harvest. First harvest and second harvest are still in the freezer. I have more than enough now to start processing. I still have lots on the elderberry bushes too. I'm so excited. So anyway, all the big stems are gone. What you can see here are, you know, just the little stems. And it's time to get all the berries off the stems. Now, yes, I still have some green on these. You can tell just by looking at it, there's not a lot. Again, we have the possibility of 3 days worth of storms coming. If I left them on, I would end up losing berries. All it's going to take is a strong wind and it'd blow the berries off that are ripe. So the choice was to harvest them, lose a little bit of berry now versus a lot of berry because of some storms. Everything else that's still out there is just, you know, 90% green. So anyway, let me get to destemming. When I have nothing but a bowl full of berries, because this is what I'm going to put them back in. I'll show you a picture of that, just so you can see that this bowl will probably be just full of berries, and that'll be full of stems when we're done. And then I'll start destemming the frozen stuff. And tomorrow after gym, because it's supposed to be a rainy day, I will start processing. So, talk to you in a few. Well, it's time for me to stop. It's my bedtime. Remember, this bowl was full, and this bowl and strainer was as full as this bowl and strainer, and that one is now completely empty, and this one is not empty. It's got all the berries that were first in it and the berries from that bowl in it. They've all been destemmed. So this bowl will be full when I finish this batch tomorrow. And that's just all the stems and, you know, the little green pieces. So I was hoping I'd get them all done today so I could just do the frozen ones tomorrow. It's all right. I will start here tomorrow after gym, and then I'll go to the frozen ones. Once I get them all destemmed, then I can start processing. Gotta love some elderberry. All right, I'm gonna go put them in the fridge. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and Miss Panda and I'll talk to you later.